Yes. Okay. So in the copy activity behavior, first of all, this option will be available in the sync part of it. So we have source, we have sync. So definitely when we do the copy, we will be having sync. Okay. So if I open any of the, let's open this one, copy activity. Okay. So you can see this copy behavior is coming in the sync option, right? And if I put my cursor over this copy behavior, it says that specify behavior when copying files between the file system. So whenever you are doing any copy activity between your source and sync, so while copying the files, the behavior will tell you what kind of, mode you want to copy that file. So basically we have to select these options, what options we are having. So we have actually four options coming: flatten hierarchy, merge file, preserve hierarchy, okay, and add dynamic content. So we are going to, see this in detail, right? What about all these hierarchies? What are all options we have? So first talk about preserve hierarchy. Okay. So I'm going to talk about preserve hierarchy. Okay. So what do you mean by preserve hierarchy? The meaning is if you have an input container and you have an output container, and you know that with the help of copy activity, you are moving the data from input container to output container, right? This is what you are doing. So imagine in input container, you have some directories created. Okay, like some hierarchy is there. What do you mean by hierarchy? The mean is it would be either be using any folders, subfolders, or might it not be using any of the folders. For example, this input container is having company as a one folder. Okay, and within that company we have some files, or you can say we have department as another folder, and within that department we have some file like emp1, right? .csv. This is the file, and there might be a possible case that we have some sales data, right? .csv available without any folder directly inside the container. This is there, right? Then again we have multiple other folders, like we have employee, we have vendor, and within employee we have directly a data is like emp2, something like that, .csv, right? So whatever hierarchy we have, either we have a folder or we have some data placed in without folder. If I use this preserve hierarchy, it will copy the entire data from input in a same way. It means without changing anything, it will preserve your hierarchy. It will preserve your folders, subfolders, and everything what is meant there. Okay. So understood. So this is the, in this ADF pipeline, we can use this option in a sync part. So let's create this one. Okay. So quickly I will go to find out the best possible case I'm having right now. So let's go with this options. So I'm having something known as PBI input. So in this PBI input, I am having a folder one, and I'm having three files without any folders, right? If I go inside the, folder one, there is another file. Third file is within this folder, right? Agreed. So what I want to do is I want to copy this entire preserve the hierarchy. I have to copy this entire stuff without making any changes into some other folder. Okay. And so what I can do, I can make this empty first of all, or I can directly delete that. Okay. I will create it on the fly. Fine. So now there is a no folder existing with the name PBI output. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to use these options. Okay. So let me create a new pipeline for you. This is the new pipeline, and I can use this PL underscore copy behavior, copy preserve hierarchy, something like that. Okay. Let me drag and drop the copy activity. And within this copy activity, what I am going to do, I have to create a data set. But now my data set, what is my input? So this is my input, right? So in this data set, I am selecting this container, right? So I'm not selecting any file. So we have to be very careful and we have to do accordingly. So because this is a file system, so we are using Azure Data Lake Gen 2. And this time we will not use any CSV file format because this contains txt also, CSV also, and some folder type also. So this container contain any kind of file. This contain JSON file as well, this can contain Excel file as well, this can contain CSV, this can contain txt. So as I already discussed in the previous sessions, what we have to do in this case, we have to use binary as a function. So if you use this binary option, what will done, it will allow you to use any kind of file. So I will use this binary options and I can just make this as ds underscore binary, okay, something like that. And I will use PBI input. So it is pointing to the PBI input container. So I will use this link services and I will in my root folder, I will just select this PBI input and I'm not going to select any of the file within the PBI input because I want to store everything which is available within this PBI input into a new container which is known as PBI output. Okay, so I will hit on OK. All right, so I'm not going to enter any directory, any file name because I want to preserve everything, preserve the hierarchy which is available for PBI input, right? So I will hit on OK. So, and the most important part is because I have not selected any file. So I cannot choose this option, file path in the data set, right? I cannot choose this option and I cannot choose this list of file option also because I'm not providing any list. So I will use this wildcard path and in this wildcard path, I will give this asterisk sign because I want to select everything. I want to copy everything from the source, right? So the rest of the things are fine. I will quickly go inside the sync and I will hit this new and again I will create a new data set for sync. And this time again, because my source data set is of binary in nature, because it is extracting any kind of file system, whether it is CSV, Excel, TXT, whatever files we have, right? So this time also we will choose this binary and I will hit on OK. And I will do this ds underscore binary, and I will use this PBI output is the name. I'm trying to give the logical name as much as I can. And I'm going to, because I'm not going to select any, the container because container is not available, right? So I want to create a new container. So I cannot select anything. So what I will do, I will just create a name. I will give this name PBI output. So on the fly, this ADF pipeline will create this in a storage account as a container. Okay, I will hit on OK. And this time I have to select the copy behavior. All right, so I am having copy behavior, so I will use this preserve hierarchy copy behavior. Okay, and I'm going to execute the pipeline. So I'm done. And why this mapping for option is disabled? Because we have not selected any file. We are selecting the folder. So mapping sections will be disabled because no file has selected. So how it can import any schema, right? Okay, so let me trigger this and let's wait for some time to get it complete. So finally it is succeeded. So let's see the results. So what we are going to do, we are going to check our PBI output. So you can see in my container, this has not appeared, but as soon as I refresh, right, the PBI output will appear. Okay, so you can see it has appeared PBI output container. So it has generated on the fly. So I can see that same hierarchy it was there in PBI input output. Sorry. So if you see the PBI input, it was same folder one and these things. In folder one, you are having one file. So same thing if you go to PBI output, the same option will come. Correct? Okay. Now let's talk about the other things. What is the other thing? Other copy behavior. So yes, flatten hierarchy. So we can go inside and see what is the meaning of flatten hierarchy. Okay, and we already have preserve option, merge option, sorry. But have you earlier when I show you there was four options coming, but now only three options has come. Merge option was disabled from here. Why? Because we are using binary file, and the meaning of binary is it is pointing to a folder. So in a folder you cannot merge any data. You can only merge the data if you are selecting CSV. Agreed? Then you can merge the data, right? So because you selected binary, that's why merge option has disappeared from here. But we will see that stuff also. So we will use this flattened hierarchy. Okay, and what is the meaning of this flattened hierarchy? This I'm going to tell you. Okay, here. So you understood the preserve hierarchy means if you use this flatten hierarchy option, what will happen? The same stuff will be copied in the output, but this time it will not copy with the same hierarchy option, with the same folder structure. For example, employee one is having one file, right? Employee, this is sales data is another file, and employee three is the third file. So what it will do, it will flatten the things. It will delete your folders and hierarchies, and it will simply copy the data in the output folder file wise. So if one file is copied, okay. Okay, I'm not going to paste it. So this file will be copied here. Second one, this file will be copied here, sales data.csv, and third file will be copied here, and there will be no folders, no hierarchy will be there. So this is the meaning of flattened hierarchy. Plus it will also prefix some of the names before, right? So that you would be able to identify. That's it. So let's see. So now to see this, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to delete my output folder once again so that we can see what changes are going to happen. And I'm not going to change anything. I'm just, so everything is fine. I'm going to debug this once again, and let's wait for this to complete. Okay, so it is still in queued state. So now it is succeeded. So we can again go back and see the result of flattened hierarchy. So you can see that this is the PBI input, and there is nothing known as PBI output. So as soon as I refresh, the PBI output will appear. This has appeared. Okay, PBI output. And just I can hit on this one and I can see. So you are having four data in a different, different folders. So this is not having any folder, right? This is just flattened and extracted the file. So if you go inside this, you can see the data. You can see this is your sales file, right? Again, you can see the next data. You can see this is again your sales data, but different file, right? This is again, you can see, right, different kind of files. So what we learned that in flattened hierarchy, it will not copy along with the same folder architecture. Okay, got it. So now we can, we can move to the third part of it, and third part of it is add dynamic content. So add dynamic content, as you know, wherever it comes with add dynamic content, we can write some logic about the copy behavior. For example, if I want to do something logical joining and all, so we are not covering right now because it will be covered when we are going with the extensive case study, end-to-end case studies. So this has covered this option. The merge option will be taken care in a different one. Okay. Okay.